Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this halter neck keyhole neckline bustier. Okay, subscribe to this channel for more pattern drafting tutorial just as this one. So if that's what you want to see, then keep watching this video till the very end and let's head straight to the pattern drafting tutorial. Okay, you'll be needing your basic bodies in full. Okay, your basic bodies front from your shoulder to your hip line in full with your basic darts. Okay, so I haven't done that. The next thing now, I'll be marking 1 inch from my neckline like so. So I haven't marked the 1 inch. I'm going to be drawing a slanted line from this 1 inch to a particular part of my armhole. You can decide where you want it. You can decide your mid armhole, but I think do not go below 1 inch from your mid armhole. So this way, okay. Don't worry, I'll be using my marker to make this obvious or visible. From that 1 inch line, I'm going ahead to measure a slanted line like so, 2 inches to my center front, okay, like so. And I haven't done that, I'll be measuring the length of my keyhole, the length of the keyhole, okay. And I'll go ahead to use my pen to give this a nice drawing, a nice artistic design, okay. Do not worry, like I said before, I'll be using my marker to make it obvious so you guys can see it properly. So since I'm okay with what I've drawn, I'll go ahead to use my marker to make it obvious, okay. Like so. So I haven't done that now. We'll head over to the next thing, which is trying to do this at the other side, okay. So now I've added fresh pattern paper to the top part of my pattern, and from the very tip of my neckline I marked 1/2 inch, and from that 1/2 inch I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch, okay. From the tip 1/2 inch, and from the 1/2 inch I went ahead to mark 1 inch inwards like so. Now I'm going to be connecting those lines to the keyhole and the halter neck design like so. Okay, I'm connecting those lines to the 2 lines I marked initially like so. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, do how to subscribe. Turn on the bell notification so you get notified whenever I post a new video, okay? So I'm using my marker to make this visible so you guys can see it clearly. And this is what it looks like, okay? So I haven't done that now. You're going to be measuring your back neckline, and you'll be extending the measurement of the back neckline to this very point like so. So I'm going to have to measure mine, and I'm extending the length of my back neckline to meet with this very design, okay? And now I'm drawing that in like so. I'll be using my marker to make it visible. So having done that, this is what we are having. I'll go back to fold this into 2 so that we can trace everything on this other side. And whatever is on the other side, we go ahead to trace it on the other side, okay? So I'm going to have to do that, and this is what it looks like. This is basically getting the whole diagram of this side on the other side and the other side on this side, making sure that everything that is on one side is also on the other side. That was just what I did. So now I'm going ahead to draw in my contour guideline. The essence of drawing in this part of the contour guideline is because that part is going to be open and you don't want it to gap while you're wearing it, okay? So you need to contour it so it's fitted closely on your body and not gap. So I drew in my contour guideline, and I'm going to be drawing an arc. The arc is from my bust circumference, so I know where the dart of this contour guideline is going to be stopping, okay? I've drawn in the arc, and I'm going ahead now to draw in the dart of my contour guideline. I'm drawing the dart now of my contour guideline, okay? Like so. So this same contour guideline, we're also going to join it on this other side, okay? I folded into two to trace it out, okay? I made that to fold into two to trace this out so I can also draw it on the other side, okay? I'm using my pen to kind of shade it harder so that it's going to be showing on the other side. If you have a tracing wheel, very easy. Just use your tracing wheel and trace it out, okay? Now I'm using my pen to do this. And I went ahead to use my marker to draw it so it to be visible on this side before I go ahead to draw it on the other side. This is the shoulder contour guideline. For anything that you want to do that is going to be showing skin on that side, if you want to show your skin on that side. So I went ahead to transfer this very particular design, okay? Now after doing that, I'm going ahead to draw in my shoulder princess seam. I'm going ahead to draw in my shoulder princess seam, and I got that from the midpoint of my shoulder. I connected it to my bust point like so. From the midpoint of my shoulder, I connected it to my bust point, okay? And this same thing we're also going to be doing to this other part, okay? We're going to be doing that to the other part. And here it is for the other part, what this whole pattern looks like, and this is what yours should also look like. The next step now is to contour my bust, okay? So we'll have that very nicely fitted under bust. And for your under bust, you want to inch apart from your bust about measurement at your under bust line, okay? 1 inch apart from your bust apart measurement at your under bust line, okay? I have a detailed tutorial on this whole thing, so if you want to check it out, drop a comment in the comment section and I'll tell you. I'll drop a link to the video that will give a detailed explanation on this whole contour guideline stuff, okay? So I'm going ahead to connect the line like so. And this whole thing is basically what it looks like. Now I'll go ahead to use just trying to turn it around so you guys can see it, okay? I'm going to use my scissors to start cutting out the parts that will not in to kind of bring it into shape so you understand it properly. Also, it makes more sense, okay? So firstly, I'm cutting out this side. Remember that this neckline is crossing over. It's crossing over each other, okay? Remember, it's crossing over on each other, and I'll also show you how to come about that, okay? Just keep watching to the end. So I haven't done that now. I'll go ahead to remove this side also. I'm not the excess papers, so it gets out of it and we work on the ones we'll be needing, okay? I believe this tutorial is very much self-explanatory. It's not really that hard. I had to do this in the very simplest form, as simple as possible, in the very easiest way that I believe you guys will understand it. Even a beginner will understand it, okay? If you concentrate and watch it clearly, you're going to understand it properly. So this other part, okay, it took it off. I'll go ahead to bring back, okay, like so, to bring it back. Remember, we took it from our drawing. It's part of the bodies, okay? It's part of the bodies. So I'm going ahead to cut off the excesses and I'll be taking it like so. Using a tape, I'm just going to be holding it down. Now, this is not the end. Remember, it is going to be overlapping on each other. But we're going to be doing that later. Just keep watching. It's a step-by-step tutorial. So we're going to be doing that later. Remember, it's going to be overlapping on each other. So I'm going to be doing that later, okay? So now I'm going to be closing my darts. Now for the contour guideline, I'll be closing it, opening it at my side bust dart. I hope you understand that. I'm closing the contour guideline and opening it at my side bust dart. And after doing that, we'll go ahead to create our shoulder princess seam. From that line that I marked from the mid of my shoulder, from my mid shoulder, sorry, I'll to open, then I'll go ahead to close my side to create my shoulder princess like so. Can you see that? So having done that now, I'll go ahead to start removing all the darts to create the princess seam proper. So this kind of looks pointed. I'm going to use my pen to give it that natural bustier shape. Use my scissors to remove the excesses. Just a little. I think I'm okay with what it looks like now. Go ahead to also remove this. So the same thing we did here is what we're going to be doing to this other side. I wanted to do it off camera, but for the benefit of those who didn't understand previously, we are going to be repeating this now on this side. Okay, we're going to be repeating this on this side. Now, what you want to do first is open your side bust dart, or you open your contour dart, whichever one. Open your contour dart, okay? Open your contour dart. Now the contour dart is open. You go ahead to open your side bust dart. You go ahead to open your side bust dart. Now you close the contour dart. Trying to get my tape, my cello tape. You close the contour dart, okay? Close the contour dart, and then you go ahead to open that midpoint of your shoulder, the line you marked at your midpoint of your shoulder. Then you close up your side bust dart to create the shoulder princess seam. I hope you understand that now, to create the shoulder princess seam. Trying to remove the excess paper. So done this now, we're going to cut the darts at the waist region and also at the under bust. So same thing, I'm going to be giving this a slight curve. Okay, so it looks natural and it's not pointed. And this is what it looks like. So for that keyhole area, we're just going to need to open. Remember I said the halter neck is overlapping on each other. So you want to see how I came about, how I did that so that they can overlap on each other. Okay. The halter neck is overlapping on each other. That created the halter neck area. Okay. So I'm going ahead now to show you. I'll show you how you're going to do it so it can overlap on each other. For now, I'm cutting off the keyhole line at the bustier region. Okay. So now we are going to be getting that overlapping effect. Okay. I went ahead now. Sorry, I wasn't filming, but I'm going to explain. I didn't know I wasn't filming. I traced out the whole of this pattern like so. You see that part I marked X? That part I marked an X. Okay, I traced everything out like so. Okay. I traced everything out like so. Okay? Instead of putting it this way, we have to trace out. Instead of putting it this way, we have to trace out everything like. And now I'm using my tape to attach that part to this very particular area like so. I hope you guys understand. So we can have that overlap effect, overlap cross effect, okay? So now this is it. Can you see that? It's going to be overlapping on each other. Can you see that? It's going to be overlapping on each other, okay? So this is what the whole pattern for this design looks like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.